absolute certainty about them is that they'll break. It's not an if, it's a when. And when it happens, bring it to the only company in Ocala that's certified in Apple and Microsoft, Ocala Mac and PC Repair. They even offer on-site computer repair service, so they come to you. And if you do drop it off, you can check your repair status online. Ocala Mac and PC Repair is a family-owned and operated company that can do everything from mobile repair to wireless networks, fixing viruses, data recovery, even building and installing new systems. Visit online at ocalamacpc.com. In person, 1713 East Silver Springs Boulevard, or give them a call, 352-566-8324. That's 352-566-8324. Ocala Mac and PC Repair.
All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Nice looking Thursday, 76 degrees. Temperatures climbing to 92 degrees, and there is a 22% chance we'll see rain today. Tomorrow, 91 is the expected high with a 35% chance of rain, and Saturday, highs around 90 with a 95% chance of rain. Sunday is probably the best day for no rain, and so there you go. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. Let's hope there's not a rain out on the first Friday of football, right?
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, Galen. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. Where are you right now? You sound like you're in a room somewhere.
No. I'm just getting ready to leave. I think it's just my headset. I had to adjust it.
Oh, okay. Let's see what the weather says for tomorrow night, because they do break it up into the day parts. It's only about a 30%.
Oh, as long as there's no lightning, they'll play.
Okay.
So that's what you have to learn. I mean, they can play in the rain. It's just the lightning that caused the problem.
But the good news, it looks like at 7 o'clock there's only like a 20% chance. So that's usually just the weatherman covering his butt.
Yeah, and again, we're in Bellevue, so I don't know if that depends, I guess, on where the storm's coming from.
Yeah, I guess so. Who's going to be your co-host now? I see Dan was saying it was not going to be him. It was going to be who?
Darren.
Darren.
Yeah, that's correct. It's going to be Darren. So we made an audible, and we now have somebody who knows something about football. So that'll be fun.
All right, now define audible. What does that mean?
Means you change the play.
Oh, okay. And what is Darren's last name?
Oh boy, you're calling me out here on this morning. I've got it. I just got to look it up. Irwin. Irwin. He used to be a coach out of Bellevue, so that'll help.
Oh, okay. So audible. See, now I have a new word, Robin. We did an audible. We changed our plan.
There you go.
We changed our plan. I made an audible.
That's right. It's not a broadcast anymore. It's an audible.
No, only if you change it.
Oh, okay.
Only if you change it. It sounds like it would be a broadcast. You okay, Galen? It sounds like you got...
No, I'm fine.
Okay, sounds like funny noises coming through. I wanted to ask you a little bit about the game day experience, how it's changed over the years, and does it trickle down to the high school level? What is that? All the noise, Galen?
He's got his headset on.
What is all that noise?
No, I don't. I'm having problems with my headset.
Oh.
Okay. So did you hear what I said about the game day experience? Yeah. Because there was a story this morning about the University of Florida unveiling some upgrades to Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, the Swamp, with these huge electronic video banners. The audience, or what do you call the people in the seats? What do you don't call it? Audience? Spectators. Thank you. We'll be able to see these new electronic high definition boards, I guess, that'll actually show that line of scrimmage and that line, the first down. Is that right, Robin? Am I saying it right? Galen, are you there? We lost him, didn't we?
He's calling right back. Here he is. He's on there.
Is that Galen? What happened?
I hit the wrong button on my headset.
How are we going to talk to you tomorrow night? Are you doing phone or is it?
I don't know. Dan. I've been telling him to test the equipment for 3 months.
Well, let me tell you what.
So he tested it yesterday, and he's like, "Oh, I just discovered what the problem is, and I got to send this equipment back." But I have no idea. I mean, that's up to him.
Well, when we did it before, Skype was the one that sounded the clearest, the most like you were right in the studio here.
Right. Well, I don't know. I don't know because Dan's kind of made me mad. So we'll find out. Well, there's a reason. There's a reason why he deserves some of the blame that I give him. So.
Well, anyway. So, well, I need to know too if I'm going to be at this end of it.
Absolutely, you do. It's supposed to be tested because it won't sound like it did when we did the MCYFL game, or I'll just walk off and won't do it anymore. So.
Well, I don't know what that was from. What was that supposed to be? Was that?
I know what that was from. That's because Dan had this wire that he said this is going to work great.
Oh, okay.
And then it didn't work, and there was nobody knowledgeable enough to tell me that it wasn't working.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
And he couldn't communicate and tell me, hey, this is what the problem is.
And one of the nights when Tom James and Tom Schmitz were doing one of the games, it was a little tiny piece of something that wasn't working, and that was confusing. And but when it was working, it was outstanding. It was a really clear signal. It sounded perfect. And so I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, you get the bugs worked out by tomorrow night.
Well, we'll find out.
Well, do you want to test it with me? I mean, I don't mind sitting here and testing it with you.
Oh, that was the whole plan, right? That was the entire plan. And Dan, of course, it's just like the promo. I've asked him to cut a promo. I'm kind of mad. I've asked him to cut a promo for a month. For a month, I'm like, cut a promo. He still hasn't cut a promo.
All right, so getting back to the upgrades, the game day experience. I had a couple things I want to ask you about the game day experience. Now, this is not necessarily a sports conversation. This is a spectator conversation, okay?
Sure.
Because as a spectator, I want to be entertained. I want to be comfortable. I want to be fed, and and I want to have a good time. That's kind of all of the above.
I think that's absolutely fair.
Okay, so the university. Oh, I'm sorry, not the university. The city of Gainesville. For any game day parking up in Gainesville, if you have a home and you want to sell a piece of your lawn as a parking spot for whatever dollar amount you can get away with,
sure.
The city of Gainesville doesn't want you to do that unless you buy a permit, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard this. It's silly.
Yeah, so it's $52.50. I looked it up.
Crazy.
It actually might go up October 1st. It says here it might go higher.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so you have to pay $52, which means that how many cars can most people fit on their lawn?
Some of them can fit a lot because they get really, really creative, like in the backyard and everything, and they can pay their mortgage based on that.
Okay, so let's say they can fit a dozen cars on their lawn. Okay. And they charge $5 to park there. That's only going to be $62, right? Right? No, $60.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right? $60.
Yeah.
So they'll make a grand total of $7.50. What?
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know.
It is.
Anyway, and the other question I have is the parking really hard at the Ben Hill Griffin Stadium parking lot? What is?
Yeah. There's just not a lot of it. I mean, you're trying to get what? Let's assume I think there's 70,000. They keep upgrading. I don't know the number off the top of my head anymore. But let's assume there's another 10 to 12,000 in workers and employees, and then there's probably another 10 to 15,000 that just hang out. They do not have 100,000 parking spaces, or even they probably don't even have 20,000 parking spaces.
Well, that's crazy to have that many seats and not enough parking spaces to accommodate everybody.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem with a stadium on campus. You talked about the game day experience, and that's part of what makes it great. Is that you're on the University of Florida campus, and you get to feel that this is my school. I get to return to my school every week. But that's also one of the major drawbacks. Is there's just no parking. There's no place to go, and it's you go down there on game day. Let's say the game's at 4:00, and by about 10:00 you can't drive down there anymore. It's nuts. That's what makes it fun, though.
All right. So now the game day experience for those who are sitting in the stands, their experience is going to be enhanced this year at Ben Hill Griffin anyway because of these state-of-the-art standalone football facility wonder walls, they're calling them, high definition wonder walls
That's going to be cool.
with these. Oh my gosh! They even have some lazy boy recliners in some of the box seats.
Nice. Nice.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right, so that's obviously going to cost you a lot of money. But for the average person sitting in the hard, cold seats, they will be able to see the same thing people will be able to see on their TV screens now. Did you read this?
I think that's
That would be awesome.
So when you're watching TV, what do you see a line? Tell me about the lines that they superimpose that look like they're actually on the field.
Oh, well, those are just the first down lines and the in zone lines and things like that.
So as a sports fan, that's important to you. Like I would think that's important to me because I don't know anything about it. But obviously, if they have it there, it's for guys like you who are very, very knowledgeable about sports.
Well, it just makes it easier to view. It's easy to say, oh, he got the first down, stuff like that.
Okay.
It's just I find that. Yeah, I mean, when you watch a game, you won't see a game that doesn't have it. So it's almost part of the game. But if I'm there in person, you don't. That doesn't mean that much to me. I understand why they're doing it.
You do, yeah, you do.
Yeah, but there's more and more people that are like, look, I don't even want to go to the game because if I really want to watch it and find out what's going on, it's such a better experience on TV with my HD.
Okay.
And why would I go to a game?
Well, maybe that's why they're putting it in the stadium. Maybe that's why they're putting. Okay. All right. So now, are people going to be looking at those screens more than they will the field?
They already do. It's So I go to Meadowbrook Church, and so the pastor will always say, look, you guys look at the screens that are above my head more than you look at me, and the same is true at a football game, because the image is so much closer when it's on a camera, right?
Right.
That's zoomed in on the player than you are sitting on the on the 20-yard line in the play.
Right. I can relate to this.
300 feet from you, 350 feet from you. Same thing at a concert.
Right.
A concert now they have all these video boards, and you can't see the guitarist jamming out on or the drummer jamming out on a solo. And so you're going to just look at the screen.
Okay.
Same thing.
But here's yes, I absolutely agree. But there's one little caveat, and I wonder if you can apply it to sports. In music, for example, a lot of times the camera is focused on the singer. And meanwhile, the guitar player is doing something amazing. And if you're watching it on TV, you hear it, but you can't see it. And you want to. You want to be able to say, how is he pulling that off? As a musician, you say, what is he actually doing there? And if you're in the front row at a concert, and I've done this when I worked at a place that had concerts, you could just look at the guitar player, even though James Taylor's singing in the middle. You're looking at, what was that guy's name, Danny or something?
Yeah,
Danny Korchmar, and he'd be playing guitar, and you'd be saying, "Oh my gosh, this guy is so good." So the camera doesn't go on all of the people all of the time. The pastor at the church probably doesn't need the camera to be anywhere but on him.
Right.
But on a football game, there's a lot of other players. Isn't it important to have the camera on? I don't know, other players. Aren't you going to miss?
They obviously are. I mean,
screens or something.
That's why the average NFL broadcast has something like 22 cameras. So there's only 22 players on the field, but they have cameras on like the offensive coaches, the defensive coaches, head coach, fans, stuff like that. So I mean, if you look at it's just it's purely entertainment.
So
and so whatever they could do to make it more of an entertaining, and so that you'll take more money out of your wallet, that's what they're going to do. That's why these schools play football. That's why they play sports, is to do things, is to attract more students and therefore have a better pool to pull from, and to get money out of their boosters.
By the way, speaking of money, the University of Florida paid $100 million for those upgrades.
Oh my gosh! My gosh!
Absolutely. But you could say that ever since, if you go back between the times Steve Spurrier was named as a coach and they won the SEC championship, you can correlate their academics and their increased GPA and their better enrollment to when they started winning football games.
Isn't that amazing?
There's a direct correlation to that.
That's probably
because it gives you pride. I mean, before Steve Spurrier was there, you didn't have commercials and people walking around going, "Go Gators." When they were 0-11, nobody went around and said, "Hey, go Gators."
Oh, really?
They were broke. Yeah, I mean, there's a direct correlation. People want to go, and when you go and you interview for a job, and you're like, what year did you graduate? Oh, in '97. Oh, okay, so you were there during Tebow. I mean, that's a thing. That is a thing.
All right, so I have my little 2 cents for the game day experience for our listeners on Fridays that you are going to do. I have one little thing I want to add to the mix, but first let me go to the phone and see what's on the minds of our listeners. Good morning, you're on the air.
Yeah, hey, good morning, good morning. A little off subject. I'm just curious. Galen, an old Navy man. Hey, Galen, what's your take on the ships that are ramming the other ships? Is it cyber attack, do you think, or is it just inadequate training or lapse of whatever? I'd be interested in your take.
I've read a lot about both of them, and I'm concerned because the first one they were on autopilot, and then all of a sudden it just zigzagged out of autopilot, and we haven't heard a lot more about the first attack. But the one on the McCain that happened this weekend is in a very, very heavy shipping lane. I've actually been through that shipping lane on a U.S. naval ship, and it's incredibly congested. So I wouldn't rule out terror, but I'm hoping it's not, because if that's that means we have to treat every freighter as a potential weapon. And when you're in the Navy, you're constantly in the shipping lanes. That's part of what the Navy does, is patrols those shipping lanes. And so that could become pretty horrific quickly.
Right.
So,
yeah, and we did have a story that it might have been hacked too. All those ships might have been hacked.
Right. That's just it.
Yeah.
Scary.
All right. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah. Good morning. When one of the funny things about seamanship is that when you have a small ship and a large ship on a parallel course, and they're close by each other, making low speed, the small ship literally can lose steerage and get sucked right up against the side of the large ship.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't that close.
You would think that they would know that.
Well, they're close enough to make contact. They should never be that close.
You would think that they would know about that, though.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's as old. That's something that's as old as the Navy. I mean, because when they do that refueling underway, they do it at fairly high speed to avoid that.
Again, it sounds like something.
And the station keeping at speed is, that's a whole special skill they teach before they even attempt it.
Yeah, well, again, I think everything points to the fact that these guys should have known a little bit about what you're talking about. Yeah,
exactly.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, have a good day.
2 cents. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. This is Sonny. Number one, first cardinal of the navigation and the Navy, anyway, because I was on a naval tanker, so I've seen how that's been done close up. As a matter of fact, I started out on station number 5, which was black oil transfer. But anyway, the point of the matter is, regardless of whether it's electronically controlled or whatever, you're supposed to have observation on the crew. You're supposed to have that bridge manned full time. What the heck is going on with our Navy? They rely 100% on a computer. I was in, and we had that. Obviously not as sophisticated, but that did not replace the helmsman, and it did not replace the officer on the deck, and it didn't replace the crew lookouts. So if we relied this much on electronics, you see the result. It's not right. They should never give that original concept up, because we had autopilot, and even with at fueling stations, we had a a helmsman on the helm. And the other ships all kept their station as was reported by Jim, was done manually. And we did not rely on that because we knew there was always a chance of something going haywire. So to me, how the Navy has changed is unbelievable. The other thing is they're relieving the Admiral. He wasn't on any one of those ships that had a collision. So, the things just don't seem to be adding up. It seems there's more politics in our military than in Washington, if you ask me. And that's the downfall of our military if this is the way it's going.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
Appreciate your 2 cents on that. All right, let me take it.
All right, hey, a couple of things. There's I haven't read a single report where the USS McCain
The weather is brought to you by Mike.
not manning. There's always somebody on the bridge, 24 hours a day. And I haven't read any report that's saying that there was any computer guided. The tanker was computer guided, from my understanding, and so that's when they got it hacked. But the U.S. naval ship was not on autopilot. I want to make that clear.
Galen,
I haven't read that. Now, if there's something else,
I haven't either, and none of that was confirmed. Galen, how is the blood supply right now?
We're again, we're kind of at week before Labor Day. We just need O negatives, and we need people to give platelets.
All right.
So please make an appointment at 622-3544 and improve your game day experience by donating blood.
Where's the Bloodmobile?
Yeah, we have a bloodmobile there. You want to know where it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can tell you. We're at the Florida Department of Revenue.
What?
So.
What happened just there?
I don't know.
What did I miss? All right. Well, thank you.
It was a joke. It was funny. You said, do you have a bloodmobile? Never mind.
Oh, no. You misunderstood. I said, where is the Bloodmobile?
I thought you said, do you have one?
Galen, thank you for what you do. And thank Palm Garden of Ocala and Penn Flooring. They are the 2 sponsors that make Galen's daily announcement to remind us to donate blood, an important part of our broadcast day. Again, Galen will be doing play-by-play tomorrow from Bellevue, right? And
Yep.
the Bellevue High School football team will be playing the Trinity
Catholic High School.
Do you say Trinity Catholic, Galen, or just Trinity?
You could say Trinity Catholic. That's what we're going to say, yeah.
That's the whole name? Okay. I wasn't sure what the whole name is.
Yeah.
The 2 teams will be playing. And again, if you want to sponsor the game, it's a great opportunity to get your name out there, as radio advertising always is. But the special additional benefit you get is that you're showing support for these young kids who are trying to do something good with their lives.
Exactly.
And the parents and all the people who tune in to hear Galen doing his professional play-by-play announcements for who's he doing it with again? What's the guy's name?
Darren
Vinny?
Irwin.
Oh, Darren.
Darren
Irwin.
Okay, Darren. Got to remember
Yeah.
Darren's name. Darren Irwin.
Yeah.
They will be bringing something to this community that is really outstanding. I'm always so proud to be part of that. And of course, my job is to sit here and push buttons and eat pizza. So it's easy for me. But yeah, call the station. Speak to Dan or Joe or Tish, and if you can buy a few ads, it'll support them, and you'll hear Galen and Darren saying your name all throughout the whole broadcast. Well, it's a good thing.
It is. It is a good thing. It's a very good thing.
All right, Galen, have a good day. Thank you for what you do.
All right, bye, all.
We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. On this Thursday, intervals of clouds and sunshine with a shower and thunderstorm around, mainly during the afternoon hours, high 88 to 92. Partly cloudy Thursday night, low 73 to 77. For Friday and Saturday, more clouds and sun with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm in the area each day. The high both days between 86 and 90. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
I'm Jan Marino from Palm Garden of Ocala, and I'd like to tell you about the Palm Garden Way. We promote individual care, of course, but we also encourage GEMS. That's going the extra mile, and these are thoughtful individual gifts that make each guest stay special. A gem could be a daily latte or a new book or something else that means a lot to our guest. To find out more about the Palm Garden Way, take a tour, located on the corner of 27th Avenue and 34th Street in Ocala.
Stay informed on everything going on in the villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
We are The Source, WOCA.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu, and the latest on a transgender troop ban. More details out on a White House memo to Secretary of Defense Mattis.
The Wall Street Journal was first to report that the president's order to Mattis calls for considering deployability, the ability to serve in a war zone, as a primary legal means to decide whether to kick out current transgender service members. 6 months to implement that troop ban.
Fox's Mike Emanuel, House Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi tweeting, "This is not how you keep America safe." There were lots of Powerball dreams.
I would buy a lot of clothes, a lake house, a yacht.
But only one winning ticket for last night's $758 million Powerball jackpot. It was sold in Watertown, Massachusetts, just outside of Boston. The numbers 6, 7, 16, 23, and 26. The Powerball number was 4. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Can you tell if this burger contains bacteria that could cause kidney failure? Listen. Can't, can you? You can't see it either. There's only one way to tell if you've cooked meat and poultry to a bacteria-killing temperature. Use a food thermometer. It's not an extra step or a nice to have. Raw or undercooked meat may contain bacteria that can make you very sick, or worse. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year, and roughly 3,000 will die. But you can keep your family safer by using a food thermometer every time. Learn more about this and other important information. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. That's foodsafety.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best charred grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Hi, my name is Erica Olstein. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and oriental medicine. Do you have a gout-ridden toe or bowels that move too slow, creaky knees, or how about an asthmatic wheeze? Then acupuncture is sure to please. Come visit me, your primary care physician, Erica Olstein, at A Better You Healthcare. Call me at 352-615-5566. That's 352-615-5566.
If you find an animal or a bird that needs help, call Animus Foundation at 352-843-6379. They will come and get the animal if you can't take it to them. High school students and those with court-ordered community service can earn required hours in this rewarding environment. And veterans who share a bond with animals and parents who have been through mental or physical trauma are especially welcomed. Families, clubs, and tourists can arrange for tours of Animus without driving for hours or miles. Consider volunteering. Animus needs you.
Hang tough, baby. It's rodeo time in Ocala. The 35th annual Ocala Shrine Pro Rodeo returns September 1st and 2nd, 7:30 nightly. Witness America's #1 sport in the greatest show on dirt as cowboys ride to help children walk. It all happens rain or shine in the covered arena at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion. tickets and information, call 352-402-8808. Don't miss the rodeo in Ocala.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.